programming tonight to bring you a developing story happening in downtown Fort Wayne. The protests we began covering for you at 5 and 6 o'clock have escalated. Police are now in riot gear and they're trying to control the crowds. We understand tear gas has been deployed. Let's go now to Krista Miller, who is live now near the Allen County Courthouse. Krista, what are you seeing down there right now?
Brian, it's chaotic. That's what I can tell you at this point. My photographer Ian Hoover and I have just gotten onto Clinton Street. It took us an extra long time to get here as police are blocking off some of these streets. You can see Clinton is blocked off right now. As soon as we got here and we crossed Clinton Street at Berry, we walked right through the tear gas, and it is unlike anything I've ever experienced. I don't think you can prepare for it unless it happens to you. And again, we just got here. You look at all of the other people here. You've got police who have lined up across Clinton Street. This is the intersection of Clinton and Berry outside of the courthouse. It is loud. You can hear people honking in the distance. That's what we experienced when we were driving here. It was a lot of people. Some people are here protesting. Some people, it seems, are just here to watch what is happening. We have been live on our Facebook page, ABC 21, and we have been showing you the scene. And if you've been watching that, and I would encourage you to get on there and watch that as well, it has been a chaotic scene. There are lots of people here. We started covering this protest and the 5 o'clock hour when it began, and this wasn't what it looked like then. It is a much different scene. Our reporter Carly is here. Carly was here earlier. Carly, if you want to speak to what it's been like when you got back here on the scene.
So when I arrived, I pulled up at the Martin Luther King Bridge. There were probably a group of 6 or 7 people just sitting in the road, not saying anything, their fists in the air. And they slowly started marching back to the courthouse, and I followed them with my Facebook Live, and it was just a big group of people in the courthouse lawn here, and then they were blocking traffic, and that was about it. And slowly the SWAT team showed up, and this broke out.
And at what point did you start to see the SWAT team, and did they cross Clinton and make a barrier?
I'm not sure what time it was, but I was standing right there when they started spraying the first tear gas, and they had the bottles of it, and people were on their knees in front of this line of police, and they didn't even warn them at all. They just started spraying. From what I could hear, they didn't say anything. All I heard was move, and then slowly it progressed.
And has it been mostly an adult crowd, or I saw people were questioning on Facebook, are there kids there too?
Yes, earlier I spoke with a father and a son, and that was right towards the end of when this was breaking out into a different type of protest, and he told me that he's just fearing for his son's life today, and then moments later this broke out. And I have seen other children running around, and it seems like their parents care enough to stay here, and they're trying their best to keep them safe.
This is unlike anything I have ever seen. I was talking to my coworker as we were driving here, and he was saying, I can't believe this is happening in Fort Wayne, Indiana.
That's exactly what people have been telling me. I've been running around with my camera, grabbing interviews, and so many people have said, I never thought this would happen in my hometown. And I feel the same way. I grew up here, and I just myself am shocked.
I mean, this is unlike anything. People are angry. You can hear people cursing. You can see the signs. And now a chant is happening. They're saying, I can't breathe. We're going to stay on the scene now, and we're going to continue covering this. But Carly, I know that you were here, and you just told us that you were here when they first deployed the tear gas, and I've never experienced anything like that in my life. And to think about all of the other people here too, it was a painful experience.
Yeah, and I was there, and it was a crowd of people, and they weren't yelling too much. They weren't doing anything violent, I would say, before the officers came in and started. Then everyone started running, and kind of just a reaction that was happening, and it all happened so fast.
And this was people were blocking off the street. The protesters were blocking it off, and that's when you would say police came and they made that barrier and they deployed tear gas.
Yes, it was right about at the intersection of Main and Clinton. There was a row of people on their knees and a row of people standing behind them, just with their fists in the air and holding their signs. And that's when the SWAT team formed their line and started spraying the tear gas.
Okay.
Krista,
We're going to stay here on the scene.
Let me jump in if I could, Krista. We heard that recounting from Carly, and we appreciate it. Is there anybody around you that you can bring to your microphone now and ask them what they're seeing and what their experience is? Anyone who looks like they're willing to talk to you?
Yeah, I think so. Would you want to talk to us? We're live on ABC 21 right now. Do you care to comment about what you're seeing, why you're here?
I just think the whole thing's dumb.